Welcome all to the Nona FC Club de Lyon B post-match conference. We are here with Coach Guy, Will, and Luca today. First off, let me congratulate you three on yesterday's performance. Will on your goal, Luca on the clean sheet, and Coach Guy on the monumental display of discipline your squad had. It is not every day a USL2 team has an opportunity at the national stage, and being your first time ever, I'm sure it's going down one of the all-time great Nona FC games. Guy, first and foremost, how are you feeling about Wednesday's match?
I think it was a game that definitely we had a lot of emotions. But to be honest, I think of course the players are the responsible for the outcome. But I would say the fans that support us the whole during the whole time and with all the adversity that we had in the game, I think was not just the team playing. I think the fans help us to achieve our goal, to give us the motivation to keep working hard. Uh, my feelings is that you know the dedication and the commitment that players had during the whole time, especially playing almost 30 minutes with a man down and being able to keep the clean sheet and very organized. That says a lot about their character, about their commitment with the team and with this project to create this opportunity for us to play against Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Let's walk a little bit through Wednesday's game. As a coach, how did your team's performance last night match your expectation coming into the game?
I think if you see that we score a goal with a minute, doing exactly the play that we have been training this week, especially it was very special to see everybody, the hype from the players and the fans in the beginning of the game. That was amazing. But at some point, I think that we had to adjust to the game for the adversities that were created with the red card that we received. I think the players were able to adjust to apply as well what we have been training a lot, the organization, the interaction between them, the covering, and I think that pay off because we could handle and qualify.
Thank you, Guy. Will, dream start for you guys with the goal not even 2 minutes into the game. How did that feel to you, Will, and how do you think that impacted the game getting ahead so early on the score sheet?
You know, even in your dreams, there's no way you can wake up and be like, I scored a goal in a minute. So that definitely felt amazing. But I think going into the game we had one goal, and the goal was to win the game and qualify for the next round. And I think everybody, from minute one of the game was focused on that goal, and that's how we were able to achieve what we did on Wednesday night. Like Guy said, the first goal we literally worked on it 2 or 3 days before the game. And we were all on the same page, which was, when this play happened, this is how you guys have to move, and we definitely, made the best of it. It happened in the right time, and all the movement on and off the ball was perfect. So definitely that felt great.
All right, Guy. Was the early goal part of the preparation for the game, or was one of those situations that just happened to come that day?
I think, as Will said, right now we have trained a lot that situation, but to be honest, it was not a situation that we are planning to have in the first minutes of the game. We knew that would happen at some point, but I'm happy that happened the first minute that we could score the goal, and I think also that affects the other team mentally because now they're losing the game. They have to score a goal at least to equalize. I think the goal changed the whole dynamic of the game, but was not something planned to try to score a goal in the first minutes.
It was definitely a big start, but then the well sort of went dry after that. Do you think that scoring so early put you guys in a more defensive position for the rest of the game?
I think, as Will said, our mission there was to win the game. It was to qualify and have this chance to play against Tampa Bay Rowdies. Definitely, I think whenever we scored a goal, changed the dynamic of the game because we knew that we had the advantage and we had to protect the advantage. And I think also like it's a strategy to a little bit to let them play, to let them have the ball, let them try to attack us. So we had more space behind our back line and we could create a counter attack. And actually, I think we had some opportunities to score the second and the third goal. Didn't work, but I think that was the plan, especially because we had the early goal, and I think the players were mentally focused about defending and do not let Lyon score the goal.
Thanks, Guy. So, Luca, the game the game started as a dream, but it sort of ended a little bit more like a nightmare. You guys were defending a lot for the better part of the second half, and then you go a man down. How does that impact you guys in the field, especially as a defender?
And exactly. So definitely started like a dream. Nobody ever planned that we would be up on the scoreboard 1 minute into the game. So as a defender, you know you got to be ready to defend, but at the same time you don't really want to do it because you hope your team just keeps the ball all the time. You don't have to do all the dirty work, but we were prepared. One of the things that stood out to me in the preparation was when Coach Key said that guys, like, no matter what, winner's gonna win, and sometimes tactics they don't come like inside of the pitch on the pitch for you. So I think that's what the mentality that our team had to have in the game is just like we have to find a way to win, and we did. So I'm extremely proud of my team. Of course, as a defender, did my job, but at the same time, the whole team. I mean, it helped defensively. The guys that came out off the bench, they they were incredible. The work ethic from the guys coming on the bench, the energy from the stands. I think the whole environment helped, and that's why we were successful that night.
How different was yesterday's match experience from playing at Kentucky or even with Nona FC last year, given the capacity crowd of nearly 1,000 people in your first professional game? How was it? How you were expecting?
To be honest, no. Because sometimes we know that Nona is an academy and it's a community team, but to see the amount of support that we got this week was amazing. I mean, all the kids, you end the game and you look at them, you look them in their eyes, and you see that they're inspired. And I think that's what gives our team a lot of energy is to see the kids, is to see the community embracing the challenges that we're gonna face. So it was such an amazing game and such an amazing crowd. So I'm really thankful to be here. And comparing to Kentucky, I mean, I feel like I'm just really blessed because really two good places to play for. So yeah.
Keith, you talked on your post-match interview that you guys did a lot of training, playing with players down and being outnumbered. Wednesday's match had a total of 8 yellow cards and a red one. Did you expect coming into the match that it would have been physical?
You know, I think both teams will have a lot of South Americans, and I think that the aggressiveness it's part of our culture. So I expect the game to be very physical, and when it's a cup, you need to plan for the best scenarios, but also for the worst scenarios, and that's part of being a coach. You need to anticipate what's going to happen. That's what I try to do. I try to write down all the possibilities. To be honest, I expect maybe to have a man down, but I didn't expect to be Jefferson, especially by his personality. Uh, but yeah, I think that the 45 days that we had, I think it was good because we trained different situations, and I think that pay off in the game because even though that we had a man down, I think Lyon had the best chances crossing the balls. They couldn't penetrate it. They couldn't create something between lines or behind the back line. So I think that was very good, and especially we trained a lot of crosses with the back line this week, and I think they were very confident about that situation.
Luca, after the game, you were out with the fans and the kids and taking pictures, signing autographs. What is the relationship you guys have with the players, with the Nona fans, especially the academy kids?
It's awesome. And I think for me, just the fact that I can come back after last summer and be out there one more time. We're still undefeated at home, and I think that creates a really good experience for the players because it's like protect the stadium, protect our house, and we did it one more time. So I'm proud of the team because of that. And yeah, again, like the kids, they're just awesome here. They go to the games and they look up to you. They want to be like you when they grow up. So it's really an amazing opportunity for us players to kind of showcase our skills and be a role model for those kids.
Thank you, Luca. Will, in the field, you guys are always focused on trying to block out the distractions. But as a player and yesterday's goal scorer, what impact do you think the Nona fans had on the match yesterday?
Um, honestly, just by the crowd we had in the game, I felt like it was big. It was very big. You know, when I joined the team, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really, know how I can impact people because I don't always play soccer for me. I love soccer, but you know, based on everything that's happening in the world for some kids, some people, some countries are at war and stuff. So for me, this is like an opportunity to impact somebody positively, like change, bring some joy in somebody's life. Put that little smile, that little something special in somebody's life to like wake up in the morning and feel like yes, I'm blessed. So scoring that goal, you know, especially at that stage for Nona was incredible for me and my family that was there at the stadium. Um, and and my wife's father, because he's as much as he loves me, he's a big critic. He's gonna tell me you could have done this or you could have done that. So scoring in front of all those people that I care so much for. It was amazing, and I hope you know they can really keep expecting big stuff from us because as soccer players, as Nona players, we're gonna keep giving 100% of of ourselves to definitely put the community on the map.
Well said, Will. Guy, once again, talking about the support yesterday. Nearly 1,000 people, a non-FC in Austin Tindall Stadium, all-time record. Then you see your players celebrating with the crowd mob and crediting you in the interviews after. How far can this community support take the squad?
I think as Will and Luca mentioned really well, I think the support from the fans, especially from the youth players, are the fuel for us to work every day to be the best version of ourselves, not just on the field, as Luca said, and I always told the players, is about inspiring the kids, it's about being a good example and make the difference where we are. Uh, I think understanding now that we're going to Tampa Bay Rowdies and probably a lot of the youth players will be there also supporting us and being with us in this the biggest the biggest game of Nona history. I think, as Will said, we're gonna give 100%. We want to make them proud. We want to show them that hard work uh, and a collective work for a mission, good things can happen. And it's all about believing. It's all about giving everything that you have. But hopefully, we can commit this crime that we have been talking, right? And the kids can dream more, have more ambitions in their plans, and not necessarily we're going to be successful in all the goals that we have. But I think it's all about giving the best. And if this year we're not able to fight against Tampa Bay Rowdies and we push the most we can, maybe next year we have a better chance. It's all about pushing, it's all about evolving, and that's what we want to give the players as as a professional team.
Even better than the win. Wednesday night was progressing into the second round and of the U.S. Open Cup. Tampa Bay Rowdies next. Now waiting the Longhorns on Tuesday, April 4th. How are you approaching that? What's the preparation for a game like that?
First, I was with my girlfriend in the stadium 1 year ago, and I told her I don't know if it's gonna be 1 year or 3 years, but we're gonna be here soon. And now have this chance for me is a dream come true. Also, to be honest, I'm a big fan of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, the style of play, the work that they have been doing. I think they are a powerhouse in championship. And last year, I went to watch some training sessions. The head coach opened the doors for me to be there and see a little bit of their work. So for me, that's a dream. It's a big opportunity for the academy. It's a big opportunity for the club, for all this project that we have been doing. Definitely, it's an extremely hard mission that we have, but we need to believe. We need to keep the humility. And soccer is a lot of underdog situations happens, and it's 90 minutes that we're going to try to give the best. We're going to try to find a strategy and work, and hopefully we can create a good scenario for us during the game, and hopefully we can be effective to get the chances and go to the next phase. But definitely, Tampa Bay Raiders is the team that they're supposed to beat us, and they're supposed to be the the team under pressure because we are just a new young USL2 team.
Well said. Will, last question is going to you. Um, Obviously, you've played for championship, USL championship side before. How do you think that they are preparing to face Nona FC?
Well, I don't really think they'll do anything different because, like Guy said, they are supposed to be the bigger team. What I do know is we're gonna keep working hard and we're gonna keep doing the right things to stay healthy, to keep pushing ourselves to get better because we're gonna take the fight to them, you know. So I hope they'll be ready for the game because what I do know is us, we are not going there to just lay down and let them walk all over us. We're gonna be ready. And that's how I can conclude this question. I don't know how they're gonna prepare. I know they're gonna keep practicing. I know they're gonna keep improving for their season because I know they want to do good in the U.S. Open Cup for sure. But playing against Nona, I don't know if that will definitely have an impact on who they play, how they approach the game. But like I said, what I do know is we are going to get the dub.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. This has been Lucca Rodrigues, Coach Guy Henry, and Will Eyang. And we'll see you all for the non-FC against Tampa Bay Rowdies game, April 4th, 7:30 p.m. at the All Lang Stadium. Thanks so much for tuning in and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.